So a really interesting question today that really showcases the power of your TI Nspire CX calculator, which provides you with a 3-second solution. So I'm just going to literally pop that in here just for the record so everybody knows that you can solve this problem without any math knowledge at all. So if you literally just use the function menu37 on your calculator, and just put in these two equations, you will see that this is the interpretation of the solution. It's a little bit confusing, but if you kind of understand how the calculator is working here, you can effectively sub r here and put an r here, and then once you kind of get your pluses and minuses straight, you will see that this is actually indicating B, which is the correct answer. Now, you could do that. If you wanted to kind of get an understanding of how to do this even without a calculator, stay tuned and I will show you, just because it is kind of instructive for understanding how to use plugging in numbers. So here, because we have a variable here that is also present in the answers, and there's really no limitations on that number at all, that means that we can pick whatever number we want to pick for that r. So if we pick just a super easy number, we can effectively manipulate these answer choices so that they look a lot easier to us. So if we sub 0 everywhere we see an r, A would effectively become 7 and 35. B would become 7 over 2, 0, C would become 0, 7 over 3, and over here you would get 0 and 7 over 2. So very quickly you can eliminate A, because if you popped in 7 over here and 35 over here, you would get a much bigger number than 7. On top of that, if you popped in 0 here, let's see what we get. So if we popped in 0 here, we really should be getting 7 over 3, which is indicating that this is a possibility and this one is not, because it's saying we're going to get that 7 over 2. And then let's try for this answer. So if we popped in y equals 0, what should we get? We really should be getting that 7 over 2, making this another possibility. So because we picked r equals 0, which is a very easy number, sometimes we get the situation where we get more than one answer choice as being a potentially correct answer. That's okay. All we have to do is just pop in a different number. So over here, if we said that r equals 1, for example, and here, because we already crossed out a and d, we don't really need to try those ones again. So all we have to do here is say that, well, this is going to turn into 3 over 2 plus 7 over 2, 1, and then here we're going to get 1, 2 over 3 plus 7 over 3. So if we do a little bit of calculation with the fractions, you can see that this one is going to be 4 over 2, or 2. So this one is going to be 2, 1, and this one is just going to be 9 over 3, which is going to give us 1, 3. So if we do a quick calculation here, if we pop in that 1 here and that 3 here, that's not really going to give us a 7. However, on the other hand, if we put in a 2 here and a 1 here, we do get that 7, and similarly enough, if we put 2 here and 1 here, we do get that 35. So we get that same exact answer as B. So if you remember the calculator solution, if you have a calculator, I would highly recommend just using the calculator solution. But this other way of doing it is also a possibility, and hopefully this was a good example of showing you how this works to pick numbers.